Hi, it's Tracy from Acc Tarot, and now I'm going to share what's in my bookcase. So the last video was what's in my cupboard, and this is my bookcase, and this is what I use most often in my tarot reading practice. So as you can see, I've had, I should leave that, a little bit rude, isn't it, to have that on there. I don't think you can see, you can still see it down there. My beautiful daughter brought me that. So as you can see, what I do is when I actually get a new tarot deck, I run down to the local Red Dot store here in Australia, which is what you would say the Dollar Tree, I think is what you call it over in America, and $2 shop in other places. Yeah, and what I do is I just go and I grab small gift boxes. I usually take the deck with me, and I kind of feel like the deck actually picks out the box. So as you can see, that is why I have not tried to replace them all with tarot bags. So I have got this one here, and this is the Witch's Wisdom, and it came with this beautiful bag and in a beautiful box. I actually kept the box because I loved it so much. It's just beautiful, and I keep the book. Actually, I have taken the book out. It usually sits in there, but it's such a nice box. Look at that. You know, it's absolutely beautiful. I should come closer. So, you know, that's the inside, and then, you know, so it all fits nicely in the actual box. I have done a walkthrough of this, but because I use it all the time, I actually have it out. But I actually kept the box because it's such a nice box. So this here is Kelly from the Truth and Stories. Oh my gosh, what are they called? They are called... Oh my god, I've got a mental blank. Hang on, I know I've got her book somewhere down here amongst all my other stuff. What is it called again? Here we go. Here is the book. The Journey Tokens. I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, I love these. These are so good. I haven't been using them a lot. I've been trying to incorporate them into my monthly readings and, you know, spirit messages and things like that. Up the top here, as you can see, I have got Oscar's ashes up there, and I've got my beautiful cat Blackie's ashes up here on the left hand side, and she looked like that. She was, you know, black like that. That's, I've got the statue of the goddess Bast watching over them. I have got a little pug statue there, and I've got this tiny little cat one that my mum, oh gosh, she gave me that years and years. I think I was still living at home. That's how long I have it there, and a little monument that says best friends live forever in the memories we keep. So she's always with me, and I have a beautiful huge portrait actually above my crystal shelf, which you can kind of see. That's the crystal shelf that goes along, because we're looking in this direction now. So when I'm filming, and my plant is on that side there, this here is my altar, and then the bookcase we've sort of tucked in the corner, and then I've got my little chakra flag, oh, very posh flag there. Where to start? So, well, we might as well start from the top, hey, and work our way down. So here, I've got the ones that I've kept in boxes, okay. So I have got Seasons of the Witch. I can actually move closer in this video. And that was a gift from the lovely Nina, as was the Green Witch Oracle, which was a gift as well. This is the Wild Offering Oracle, and I've just ordered today, and my husband hasn't found out. He hasn't noticed that I've spent money. I've brought, I think it's the How to Be a Wildflower or something like that. I can't remember, but I've got that one as well. This is Let Go. This is a gorgeous little deck by Acc and it has the most gorgeous little pictures on it, as you can see. And then on the back, whoops, nearly knocked over my candle. And then on the back it'll have, that was then, this is now, Let Go of Last Year, Last Week and Yesterday, and Live in the Moment. So it covers the picture on the front, and then the message on the back. And I saw this on Evie's channel, Fairy Wren Whispers, and I really liked it. I thought it was really nice, because when I was going through my cancer treatment, if I did pull a card, it would be an oracle card, because I needed something gentle for myself at that time while I was trying to heal. And of course I got the beautiful crystal Guardian's Angel. So I'm not going to take them all out, because otherwise this video will be forever. That I got from Evie as a present. I absolutely love for my birthday. This is a Archangel Fire Oracle, which I saw Emerald Lotus Divination. Did that one. The Hush Tarot. Absolutely love the Hush Tarot. It's so nice, beautiful. And I've actually edged. Actually, I've edged all of these decks. I think I actually edged these in a sort of a very pastel, multicolored, I should say. It's just a beautiful deck. I really enjoy working with that one. What else we got? Sacred Destiny, absolutely gorgeous deck, absolutely adore it, love it. Then I have got Uncover Your Past Lives Oracle, which of course you've seen me work with that one. I do my soul lessons, which I will be doing more of, I promised. I've got my own Lenormand deck here that I made, just the Australiana, so it's based, I'm going to knock that candle off, hey. So it's based on Australia. I just wanted a Lenormand deck to reflect where I live. And of course I've got Cherry Machete's Gilded Riviera Tarot. Oh, I forgot about this one. And the Circle of Life, which I hardly ever use. I saw Kerrigan's Calden, Lisa, I nearly forgot her name. How could I forget her name? She'd done a walkthrough on her channel, and I really liked it, and I do really like it, but I don't hardly ever use it. So I'm trying to think of ways to use it, because I've changed my content. I'm trying to do more spiritual things, so I'm thinking of other ways that I can actually use it. Where should we start? So here I have got the Saltwater Oracle reading cards. Again, that was a gift from Evie. And this is the very first edition of Titania's Fortune cards that I was talking about in the first video on what's in my cupboard. And this is exactly what the new edition comes in, but it's all in pink now. But this is the original one. This is a traditional one, which I absolutely love it. I really do. And this was yet another gift from Nina, the Wisdom Keepers. I've been trying to connect with this deck. I've been trying to work with it because she thought it'd be good for me. Oh, I'm just gonna take my slippers off. Sorry, my I'll get hot flushes from the hormone therapy that I've got to take, and I just get really hot all of a sudden. So it's kind of like menopause, but this is pushing any last of the hormones that I've got out within me, because it's stopping the reproduction of it, because that's what actually caused my breast cancer. So she thought this would be really good for spirit messages, but I've tried it a couple of times. It was okay. I've tried it again, just experimenting, without filming anything, and it's not really working. So I don't think I can work with this deck. So yeah, it's a bit funny. Of course, you've seen me use this one for my spirit message, the Oracle of Visions, which surprisingly is absolutely fantastic for spirit messages. A lot of Cherry Machete's decks, a lot of people can't work with them. And I do believe the reason for that is because he is an artist first and foremost, and he doesn't make any apologies for it, nor should he. But he's not a tarot reader, he's not a Kipper reader, he's not a Lenormand reader. He just loves doing the artwork. So personally, I feel his decks come across as cold because it hasn't got the passion that someone who actually reads the tarot puts into their decks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I think anyway. But wow, it's absolutely perfect for spirit message, because I mean, well, spirits are cold, aren't they? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And then I've got the Wisdom of the Oracle, which I absolutely love and I don't use enough. Actually, there's a lot of these decks I don't use enough of, and it's purely because my interest in tarot went, while I was sick, because I was just concentrating on getting well, which is understandable. I've got the Enchanted Spell Oracle, different type of deck. It's not too bad. It's based on the medieval, so I have used it a couple of times in my readings. It's not too bad. My favourite, for Larcos Tarot, which I saw the wonderful Nat on Sanskrit Blue. She done a walkthrough on that, and I actually ordered it that day, as I did with the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. When I watched Bohemian Tarot do work, I was halfway through that video and I ordered it. Absolutely love it. Which is what I did today. I watched another Boho Tarot this morning while I was cooking and ordered the deck, honestly. But my husband hasn't found it. It's only very cheap, so I should be right. And this is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Collette Baron Reed. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful pictures. I have used it in spirit messages for, I think once in a for the animal ones that I like to do, and I think it was a skunk, but I could still get the black dog. It was a little black dog, from what I can remember, that come out on it, but it's not really. It's not really that suitable for spirit messages. Not really. I suppose it would be more of describing the energy around this particular animal and perhaps the owners. So, you know, I've still got to do more experimenting when I come to reading for spirit messages for pets, because it's something new. I mean, I always get a lot through. That side's not new, but I want to make them much more accurate, much like I do with when I'm doing for humans. I've also got Stephen Farmer's Message from Your Animal Spirit Guide. That's an old deck, that one there. What's that done? I don't know. It's actually got quite, it's got really thick cardstock. I was just curious to see what year this came out. I've had this for a while. I see a lot of people sell it. Let's have a look-see. So it's a Hay House deck. 2008, there you go. There's an old deck. Oops, I'm going to put it back in the right way. Again, this is not something that you could use for doing spirit messages. It's more of like well, as it says, from your animal spirit guides, but even then it's a little bit, I don't know. And then I've got the Illuminated playing cards. These are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I saw Kelly from The Truth in Story do a walkthrough on these. Now this is another one, when I was saying before I wanted to learn the divination for playing cards. So it comes in two. So it's got the gold and it's got the blue. It's a beautiful deck. I think it's only cost me like $20. This was ages ago. I've seen them now for sale in shops as much as $45, which is ridiculous because they're very, very cheap on Amazon. It's really, really nice deck, this one, and I do need to use it more. And then I've got the Spirit Song Tarot, which is absolutely beautiful deck, again from Nina. Absolutely beautiful. I can't remember if she gave this to me or I brought it off her. I'm not really sure, but she's given me so many flippin' decks, honestly. But it is a gorgeous deck. It's very soft. It's very pretty. It's actually been calling out to me lately, and I was thinking of actually using this, I think, for my next Soul Lessons video, which I will do soon. For the Old Angels and Ancestors Oracle, which I think everybody's got practically. Don't use this one much, but when I do, it's actually not a bad when it comes through for messages. This is when I first started. This is even before I knew angels were looking out for me, before I got sick. You know, I had that couple of years and I kept getting my signs. So the interest kind of was there, but it was a little bit too, it didn't really gel with me, kind of thing. It's something I think you need to work on a little bit more, I suppose. And I think this is my problem, and I think every tarot reader has this problem, is that you get a lot of decks and you don't spend enough time with each one. So what I'm trying to do is take a leaf out of Nat from Sanskrit's Blue and work with a few decks for the month. That's what I'm actually trying to do. But it's hard for me because I still, like I said, I still get tired. I'm having a really good day today. This is the second video that I've filmed with a heap of cooking I've done. But, you know, tomorrow, any money, I'll be exhausted. So it's really hard for me to be consistent in something at the moment. So I'm just listening to my body. So, you know, if I'm tired, I'll put my feet up, I'll have a nap, I'll read or whatever like that. It's just something that, you know, that you have to do when you've been, you know, really, really sick, you know. So, of course, I've got the beautiful Lightsabers Deck. I love this deck, and it was actually Nina made me buy this deck. I think it's upside down. I was just looking here. I thought I had it upside down. I used it the other day for one of my professional readings, you know, that I pay for readings, because I do actually read professionally, and I've only just started that back up, and I use this particular deck. It's a beautiful deck. I still love it. I love to shuffle it. It's really, really nice. I'm just putting it back in the right way. So, woo, gosh. That's yeah, I don't regret buying that deck. I use that a lot. And I'm at the Guardian Tarot. I've actually got two of these. So I've got a brand new one that hasn't been touched, because this one was, when I brought it, was all flaky and peely. I've edged it in a purple, but it didn't really edge really well. It's a prick of a deck to edge, hey? So I've just thought, oh well, I'll just use this until it actually falls apart. But even though it's the back laminate was peeling off, which funny enough happened with the Enchanted Spell Oracle, but they sent me a new deck out like straight away. I had to really be persistent with this particular deck. You know, like you send an email, oh we can't see what's wrong with it. So I send another email with, you know, how you can hide on your photo, you can put a circle. You know, it was about half a dozen emails before I finally got my money back. It was quite disappointing actually. So I have got a brand new one at the back there. This is, of course, is the Wild Unknown, but this one I coloured in. So what I did is I trimmed it and I coloured it in. I think I've got a video, so I'll just show you a few while I'm here. So yeah, it was really good. I couldn't stop because I couldn't bond with this deck. I tried to sell it, you know, a few times. I couldn't sell it, and I thought, you know what, I've got nothing to lose. I'm just going to colour it in. I'm just going to trim it and colour it in, and that's what I did. So I used soft pastels and just really cheap, I think they're called Marco Polo pencils, and then I sprayed it with a matte fixing spray so it wouldn't actually come off. And I've had this for quite a few years and nothing has chipped off. It's as good as the day I actually did it. So that was a good fun exercise actually. I really enjoyed that, and now I bond with the deck. It's quite amazing. I just, yeah, couldn't get into it, not at all. And this little deck here, the very last one at the top is just another one, is the Oddity Tarot, and it's just a major arcana deck, and I actually won this. I won this on Instagram, and as you can see, it's very different. It's great. I actually love it. I haven't used it again, you know, it's something I haven't been using a lot of, but as you can see, it's really different. That's the tower, and that's the teeth. Can you see the teeth on that? I remember somebody wrote it. He was a dentist, and as soon as he saw that card, he brought it. He thought it was terrific. And I've actually been going to the dentist, and I've been fine, believe it or not. So that's my top shelf of what's in there. So before I put everything, I'm just going to put these ones back up. I'm going to run out of room. Put them there. This one goes right at the end. There's actually method to my madness here. I know where everything goes. One day I'll get might get a dedicated, I like it how people have their, I knew I was going to drop something. I'll just leave that on there. I'll pick it up later. I would say there's a message, but since nearly every single one of them dropped in the little let go one, it actually really did let go. It fell everywhere, so I'll pick that up in a minute. Anyway, let's go. So as you know, this is the Witch's Wisdom Oracle. This little beauty in here is a Christmas gift from Nina. Oh, a long time ago now. I can't remember when maybe 3 years ago, something like that. She actually made it for me. I absolutely love it. It's the Norse rune bones. So she's got her own little, her little meanings there that she's made. And I absolutely loved it. I think, besides my children, this is probably the first homemade gift that I got. I think I must have, there's some herbs and stuff in there. So as you can see, they're all little, you know, the runes on there. Absolutely fantastic. So it reminds me again that I actually have to use these as well. It's incredible when you get something like a debilitating illness such as cancer, and those of you who suffer from chronic fatigue and things like that, just the normal everyday things of your life just get put to the wayside, you know, because you just literally haven't got the energy to do anything. Oh, I've got to put the little notes back in there because I don't want to lose them. So that was a beautiful gift. Absolutely love it. And these, of course, are the Animals Speak runes. Everybody's seen these ones, and Nina uses these a lot. Let's see what it says today. Past. Now, I'm not going to pronounce that right. Oops. I think it's Ciida or whatever. Anyway, the past. And this is what we're doing, actually, because we're looking at my past decks, aren't we? So, and of course I've got the Canis Arcanae and the Phalos one, which I actually did purchase from them with the intention of using them for spirit messages. But I found I'll still be able to use them because I was thinking of a way on how to incorporate them into my messages. And as you can see, you know, it's a beautifully boxed, absolutely gorgeous, and they have beautiful, stunning. I hope I didn't deafen everyone there because my microphone's right there. So as you can see, you know, I haven't actually done a walkthrough on these ones yet. So they're all absolutely, it's a beautiful deck, but because, see if I can find what so I can explain it. Some of the actual cards don't have, like, they won't have actually, I wonder if it's, yeah, there you go. Don't actually have a cap on it. So this is a cap. See, like the 8 of Wands. So I was looking more for a deck that would have, you know, have an animal on every single card, which this isn't the case with this one. So it doesn't work when I'm trying to get the energy of a past spirit in. So I've also got the dog one as well. I really do love them. I don't regret buying them. They're absolutely beautiful. And so this is what the dog one looks like, which I think I did use that one. Yes, I know exactly what that one's for. So, you know, anyway, just give you a couple of the dog. I mean, I do love it. The card stock is beautiful. The images are gorgeous. But when it comes to spirit readings, to bring a pet through, it's not quite, it's not cutting the mustard, so to speak. So, I've used my Pagan Cats one. And I've using this one is absolutely beautiful, Magical Dogs. And actually Nina put me onto this one when I was telling her that I wanted to do more spirit animals. Just step a bit closer, make sure I don't step all over my cards. So yeah, I've done a walkthrough on this deck. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous. I adore it. I'll just take a couple of cards out. I don't need to see the whole lot because I've done a walkthrough on this as well. But this is the backs of the cards. And as you can see, it's, you know, every single card, no matter what it is, minor, major, has got a dog on it, you know. And this is what I needed. I needed to tap into the energy of the animal, but I also needed to tap into the background of the card, you know, because this one, you know, we've got a young puppy here, which is the fire puppy, which is a page. So he's, you know, he's playing with sticks. And if you look at that, that almost looks like a beach type of an environment, or you know, a dry backyard, even a desert or something like that. So, you know, this tells me that this particular dog liked digging things up perhaps from the desert and bringing it home. You know how some dogs are like that. And, you know, or he just liked to, you know, but anyway, that's what I'm trying to get, like, so the desert, so, you know, digging things up like dead bones or something like that. He liked to play fetch on a beach as well, you know, so that's what I mean. I need the backgrounds to be able to hone into the energy of the dog because, well, you know, that's how we recognise our animals, don't we, really? So this is all that's left. Of course, we don't have no introduction to the ratty runes here, which are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely love it. This one is a Lenormand deck. I'm surprised that you wonder how I remember it. So this is what I mean by when I look at the boxes. Okay, so this has got Paris. Have I edged these ones? Yeah, in a bronze, which is kind of coming off. But I see what I mean. I go for what the deck wants, which is kind of weird to say, but it's actually true. So this is by Alexandre Mazrak. Like love his decks. It's all on vintage. Really, really good. Beautiful, beautiful deck. I love this one. I do. I've also got his Kipper deck as well. Actually, what happened, how I ended up with his Kipper deck was I ordered this deck, and he sent me the Kipper one by mistake. So instead of like trying to send it all back, he gave me this deck really super cheap, like really cheap. This one, I swapped this. Used to have the fairies on it, and I can't remember what's in this one. Oh, this is the one that I was telling you about when I wanted to learn the divination. So here we go. So it's by Ana Cortez and her father. Absolutely beautiful, and that's why I brought that pack of playing cards, because I wanted to learn this deck. And as you know, I'm pictorial. The pictures really mean a lot to me, and I absolutely, these are the backs. Pretty sure I've done a walkthrough on this as well. I'm not putting cards up because I can't be bothered. There's too many. But that's, you know, look at them. The faces. The artwork is superb. I really love it. And that's what I brought, that plain, just a normal plain card deck, so I can learn this one. Because I want to try and see if I can tap in like my grandmother, you know. Can I read as well as her with playing cards? It's, you know, it's a bit of a challenge, isn't it? So I've got a massive folder, which is, I printed out. So this is the actual, look at the size of it. That's the actual meanings to that particular deck there. So it's a lot to go through, but it's something exciting, I think. This one is the Celtic Dragon Tarot, which I'm going to actually have to do an updated review on this deck. Beautiful deck. Oh, love it. Love this deck. Really, really nice. Good quality cardstock, even though it's Llewellyn. Back then, because I had that. Anyway, I'll do another walkthrough on that one because it's quite a funny story with that. And this one here is my Deviant Moon. This one demanded a special box, and I've never done this before, but I actually cut the box card out and put it on there. So I keep my Deviant Moon in here. I haven't used this one for a while either. I've edged mine in a burgundy colour. And you know, we all know what the Deviant Moon, or maybe not, maybe you're new to my channel, but this is a Deviant Moon. Absolutely hated this deck for many, many years. When the Eclectic Tarot Forum was open, this is actually how I learned how to read tarot. We used to practice on each other. We'd have a spread of the week, and we'd be partnering up with people, and we'd have to read for them. So many people chose this deck, and I had to read with this deck, and I thought, God, it's so ugly. But then it just read so damn well. It's such a good deck for reading with. I was really, really surprised. So I brought this deck, I'm trying to think how long ago. I can't remember now. I've had it for a while now, but it's a really, really beautiful deck to read with. It really, really is. Really enjoy it. So that was a surprise, but I mean, because I resisted it for so long to buy it because I thought it was hideous, but it's really, really not. It's a terrific deck. It really, really is. Oh, just pause that for a okay. Of course, my husband had to ring me, didn't he? I forgot to put Do Not Disturb. So we're up to this pile now. So this one is the Kipper cards that I was talking about that I actually got delivered by Alexander Mazarek by accident, and so it's the same sort of theme, you know, that vintage type theme, which I absolutely love. But yeah, like I said before, I don't know, with what is Kipper, I don't think I just edge mine in black. That's what the backs look like. I'm more Lenormand than a Kipper person, but I thought, well, you know, but that was kind of a mistake. This little box here is the Art Nouveau, I think the Golden Art Nouveau, I should say. I like to have a traditional deck for those type of clients that like traditional type of images, and as you can see, the beautiful gold. It is a beautiful deck. What I do like about this deck, yeah, I'm not a Rider-Waite lover by no means, but what I like about this deck is the actual facial expressions on the card. You know, you can see the strain on his face there. That's what I really do like about this deck, because I really like looking at that sort of thing in tarot cards, you know, the facial expressions, which way their bodies are turned and things like that. And that's because I learned Lenormand first. I mean, I found Lenormand and tarot at the same time, and I kind of put tarot to the side and concentrated on Lenormand for quite a few years. What I used to do is, because I didn't trust myself as a tarot reader, I would actually ask a question of the tarot, and then I would pull the corresponding cards with the Lenormand, asking the same question to make sure that I was getting the gist of it. So my way of reading is a little bit different, I suppose, because of that, because it's heavily based on the Lenormand, and it's not the normal type of Lenormand meanings. It's Titania's fortune cards meanings, and over the years of progress, I've added the traditional meanings as well, but it's still very much my own take on it. This one is the Vampire Tarot, and the red turned out really, really good because it's such an old deck. I don't know if it's going to show up on here, but it actually bled through. I'll see if I can find a card. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, But anyway, it actually, the red bled through, much like blood. This is a beautiful deck. And the book that comes with this deck is the best book I have ever read when you're looking at a tarot deck book. You could do a whole walkthrough. I showed you the backs, didn't I? The back's a beautiful rose. This is a beautiful, beautiful deck. I really enjoy it. I haven't used, again, like I said, I haven't used it a lot, but it's by Ian Daniels. And here it is. And that's the book that comes with it. It's superb. I wish everybody wrote books the way this guy reads them. You know, he's got the essence of the card, the message, the fortune. It's got the alchemy of it, the kindred spirits of it. It's got analysis and symbolism, so he goes into the symbolism, the shadow of it. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, even if you don't like the deck, you know, well, no, I can't say that. I'm going to say don't like the deck, buy the book. It won't make sense, but it's really, really, really good. So that's in that one. And oh, I've forgotten what's in this one. Ah, this is the Halloween Tarot, which everybody, I think everyone's got a copy of this deck. I used to have the vampire one and the red one, might swap it again. So I just done it in the orange. Of course, we're all familiar with the beautiful Halloween Tarot. This is surprisingly a very good deck for reading with. I'm really surprised. It actually reads really, really well. Again, it's got good facial expressions from the characters in it, believe it or not. It's a surprisingly good deck. I might actually swap this, put the vampire one back in this one, because it was, I might as well do it now, because it's a red box, isn't it? I want the red box with the red blood for the red vampires, so let's swap them over. Oh yeah, that's it, that fits in better. I should really have a orange type box for this. I might find another one. Might find another one. And that's that little pile there. So as you can see, I try and keep them kind of more or less colour coded, you know. So this tiny little deck is the little fairy one, which I used in last month. So it's, look how tiny it is. Isn't it sweet? It's so cute. Just love it. So that one there. It's actually something. What's it called? It's called the, I always forget the name of this, Tarot Tarocchi. Absolutely beautiful. And I think the artist, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the artist was the one who used to do Pengu the Penguin. I'm pretty positive on that one. This is Tarot de los Muertos or whatever, but it's a different one. This one is by Monica Knighton. So they're the backs. I've edged it in the blue. This is a beautiful deck. I love this deck. All the skeletons. Actually, I've just got an idea now for another video, just looking through these. This is a really nice deck to read with. I think I got this on Making Playing Cards as well. It's a fairly old deck. It's been around for a long time. I can't remember now. I have got an actual download of the meanings, and it's not really the right box. It's you know, unicorns. It's not really what I want. And this one is the Marielle, which I don't use nearly as enough. I'm not too sure what edition this is, to be honest. It's the one that hasn't got the funny looking Hierophant in it, as they've changed it. So yeah, so I've got the Marielle in there. And what's in this one? Oh, the Bonfire Tarot, which I didn't used to have in that black bag, but I decided, I used it the other day. I've edged mine in highlighter pink. It's just a highlighter. And Gabby Angus West actually loved it. I was using this on Instagram before I deleted all my posts, and she said, I never would have thought to edge it in a hot pink. It looks really, really good. So yeah, this is a really good deck. This reads really, really well. I really I enjoy this deck. Come with a good book as well, actually, because I did buy the set. So that came with a good book. And this one's a Housewife Tarot. We all know I kept the box for that particular one. We all know what that one looks like. Or should I take it out in case you're new to my channel and you're thinking, no, I don't know what the Housewife tarot looks like. So I just take a few. I just edged mine in a silver. I wanted to do it in a red, but the red, I had a practice card and bled like anything. So that's the Housewives. It's based in the 50s. I've got a zombie tarot as well for those of you who aren't familiar with this particular deck. This is a really sassy deck. It's got a real, little bit of a mean streak to it. It can really sort of pack a punch, that's for sure. Nearly there. It's going to be a long video, this one, isn't it? Hey. Oh, try and guess what's in this little cupcake. It's my favourite deck. One of my favourite. The Tarot. So I edged mine in silver, which is kind of dulled after a while, because I've had this deck for about, I don't know, 3-4 years, maybe a bit longer. The reason I got this deck is because my brother used to have a pet rat, a white rat called Czechoslovakius. He's quite different to my brother. And I think that was his rat name. Was his turtle? His turtle had a Roman name. Yeah. So the Tarot. That's why I brought it, and also because my nickname is Rat. And I don't know if I should tell you why. Because my teeth are crooked on the bottom. That's why. So yeah, it's just a fun and jest type thing. And this one is the Hanson Roberts, which I've had for probably as long as I've read tarot, around 30 years. But what I've done is I trimmed it and edged it because it was so old, it was all yellowing and it looked disgusting, but it looks really, really good. And it still reads beautifully. It's a really nice little deck, even though it is the Rider-Waite, but I really like this deck still. I think Christiana Godet reads with this one a lot. She absolutely loves that one. Oh, one of my favourite little decks, I should say. The Isabel Snail, again from Making Playing Cards. Did I edge that? Yeah, I didn't edge this one. Or did I? Looks like it might be the silver that's gone a bit funny. But the Isabel Snail. Looks cute, looks sweet, it's colourful, it's beautiful. But I tell you, it punches you right in the eyes. It really tells you like it is, this deck. It's not for the faint-hearted, much like Titania's Fortune cards. So, of course, it's the same creator that did the Guardian Tarot, Beth Selwyn. But this deck really does pack a punch. So don't be fooled by the sweetness of it. It's the same like the Tarot. That tells it like it is too. That does. And this is my Voyager Tarot. And this one I've trimmed and I edged it in that vibrant blue to match the back. And of course, look at that. The colours just pop. Just trying to bend down. Colours just pop when you actually... I just hated that horrible bloody brown border. I couldn't stand it. So I don't actually use this deck as a tarot deck. I just read it intuitively. It's really, really good to read intuitively with, like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, the Voyager deck. And I got this deck because I follow Elizabeth Harper, sealedwithlove.com. She has got a YouTube channel, which she does angel readings every week, and I followed her for many, many years, and she always used to pull this deck out, and I just got really intrigued with it, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy it, and I'm really glad I did. But yeah, I really hate the borders. Oh, and this one is the Line Strider. Of course, we're all familiar with the line. Well, maybe not. I should stop saying that, shouldn't I? Because not everybody's seen all these decks, have they? Very minimalistic, beautiful. A lot of people were put off by the white eyes, but to me that looks like, because this is a 5 of Cups, and it's typical, you're literally not seeing something that's in front of your eyes. So a lot of them have got the white eyes, and a lot of people were put off them, but it's an absolutely, it's a beautiful deck. It's a nice deck to read with. It truly is. We're nearly there, down to the last lot. But it's a good way to store cards. It really is, you know. I have to say, this little one, let me get that out. I've forgotten what's in here. Oh, this is my, it's another one that I've trimmed. Now, this was I tried to get this red and it didn't work, and it was a bronze, and it was, what is this one called? Jesus, everyone will know. Oh God, I can't think what it's called. What is it? It'll come to me. If I remember, I'll put it in the comments. I'll put a little flash of words on there. A lot of people get put off with this deck. They don't like it. I absolutely love it. I read this intuitively too. I don't read it as a tarot deck. I just read it how I see it, sort of thing. Anything? Jacoli. That's it. Oh my gosh. I've been talking for a long time. I'm getting pooped. And this one is, this is a chakra deck, which I've done in that beautiful burgundy. And it's the Mandala Chakra by Laurel Virtues Water. This is a lovely deck about all the chakras. Very, very nice deck. I have used this a couple of times. I was only thinking the other day I need to grab this one out and use it again. So honestly, there we go. I've just had to pop up that a parcel's been delivered from Amazon. That can't be the tarot deck that I ordered, surely. That would be pretty wonderful if that was true. I'll have a look. And this deck is the Steampunk Tarot. It's a little bit tight, this box, but it really goes well. I'm going to have to get another box for this one because some are stuck, so I'll just leave that. Find another box. So these are the backs. Pretty trippy. Reminds me of the Time Tunnel. Everyone even used to watch that. And again, this is a pip deck. But the what's that one? That one is the Empress. But the actual, look at that. It's really, really nice. And I can't think of the actual, the creator at the moment who would actually, did I just do that one again? Oh gosh. Anyway, that gives you an idea of it. But yeah, I better find a new box for that. It's a little bit shiny, this deck. Find a new box for that one. Oh, I know what this one is. This is my Bohemian Gothic. And this is the first edition. So this goes back a while. 2007. I've got a very soft, I just etched mine in black because it was, a little bit chipped. That's the backs. And that's, this has held up superbly well. I've been reading that some of the Barber decks aren't all that great anymore. They come bowed and things like that. The amount of money that you pay for them. This was still quite good, but I've got a very soft spot for this deck because this was the very first deck that I ever bought with my own money from reading professionally. And I've actually got a bag. I brought the tote bag as well. So my bag is hanging up in my room, but this is you can change it. I've got the Strength, and I've got this one, which is Dracula's Castle. And the tote bag is held up really well as well. Really well as well. That's good English, isn't it? And then my final box. The reason this is a big one is because this is the Druid Animal Plant Oracle and also the Druid the Druid Animal Oracle as well, which I've edged in a green. I've trimmed all mine. So obviously that's the animal one. And the nettle, will be the plant one. And the images are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Again, it's something I don't use enough. But so the plant, I've got the green backs, like so, and then the animal ones have got the blue. And I've actually got the hard book copy because this particular deck, the animal one, my husband brought for me on my honeymoon in New Zealand, which will be 18 years ago next January. So that is what's on my bookshelf. And of course, we've got the, I keep all my tarot books and everything in here, and anything that really goes bump in the night, I have to change that. That's terrible, that's all stuck in there. But that's how I keep them. I just try and find pretty little boxes, because they're only like $2. They don't cost anything. And just keep them like that, except for the ones that come in good boxes. So I've got all my, like Idiot's Guide to Tarot and Fortune Telling. It's actually a really good book, believe it or not. Complete Illustrated Guide to Tarot by Rachel Pollack. I've got the Tarot Decoder. This is an interesting book, this one, because this one actually, it tells you, it's all about the Celtic cross, but, so it'll tell you what the magician is and the meaning to it when it turns up in position 1, 2, 3, 4, right through to 10. So it's quite different actually. It's combinations of cards. And who wrote this book? I've had this for years. Kathleen McCormack. I've had this one for long. This is when I was first learning. 1998. the first, yeah, 1998. Wow, God, honestly. So yeah, so there you go. So that's I've got a few tarot books in here. I've got the Twisted Tarot Tales, the companion book, so I wanted to know more about the characters and where they came from and so forth. Got the Deviant Moon, the big thick card copy. Got stuff about the afterlife, crystals, Wicca, when I was first learning on the past, and of course, I think everybody has got Scott Cunningham's Wicca, a guide for the solitary practitioner. Yeah, all that type of things on there. Gardening with a Goddess. So that's what's on my bookshelf. On here I've got some more, got some feng shui, got some cooking books, and all on the bottom are full of murder books, and they're my husband's books. So that's it. That is what's on my bookshelf. So I'd really love to see other people's bookshelves and what's on it. And so yeah, if you can I'll make it a hashtag. So if you want to do a VR, I'd love to see it. I really, really would. Till next time, this is Tracy.